Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. So glad that you were able to join me this morning. So today I'm playing with another kit. This one is the Best Destination kit, and I believe it's only $22. I could be wrong. Um, but it makes 9 great cards, and it's all about where folks are going. Maybe it's a retirement, maybe it's a graduation, maybe somebody's moving away. Whatever happens, I think that this is a great kit for those kind of things, or even just someone that's traveling and you want to say goodbye or good luck or whatever. Okay, so let's play with that. And of course, I'm going to do a scrapbook page, and I love playing with kits and trying to see how I can make a scrapbook out of it. All right. One of the things I love about the kits is that they are really easy cards. And this one, I've already taken out a couple of them, but these are a great way to not only get your sentiments out there quickly, but also when you're doing scrapbooking, some of the most onerous part is just having to stamp a bunch of stuff and die cut it. And so this just gives you a great way to get a scrapbook out with hardly any work at all. Okay, so these are some of the great envelopes. And so you can see they have 3 great designs. Oh, let me just change this up a little bit. There we go. All right, now you can see me. Okay. And these are trifold cards. So you can see that what they're intended to do, let me just pull out this, is come around. Looks like there's another couple of pieces that need to come out. And they become these really great peekaboo cards. Look at that. Isn't that great? And then you can add whatever sentiments you want on the inside. So these are really easy cards for a real great wow factor for your friends or family. Okay, so that's one of them. It goes with this. And then we have this one. So same thing. Isn't that great? I just love this. I love the mountains in the distance. They've got a little bit of shine to them. This one has the clouds, a little bit of shine. And this one has the mountain peaks. It's really beautiful. It goes with the mountain envelopes. And then we've got this great, looks like a Mediterranean vacation. That beautiful? Just really easy cards. Okay, so those are the 3 cards that we're going to play with today. We also have sentiments, labels. We've got dimensionals, instructions. And then these sentiments, so it's probably hard for you to see. So let's see if I can put them up against something dark. So we've got happiness is the destination. The adventure is just beginning. This one says life is a journey. And this one says travel well. And then we've got stars, clouds, moon, and birds. So, of course, they give you a stamp a spot. This one's gorgeous grape. And we have a block because the kits are always all inclusive. And we've got a little bit of, this is linen twine, and then some glue dots. And then these labels have a gold foil edge or strip around every one of them. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then they've given us a card. The car goes with road. And this one goes with the water. And then we've got a rose that goes with this one. Okay. All right, let's start putting them together. So let's do the Mediterranean one first. Okay, so before I put this together, they want me to stamp the clouds in the sky. Let's try to put the clouds straight. Of course, there's birds, there's all kinds of stuff, so you can choose what you want to put where. So, and it looks like it's just one, and I'm going to use my regular stamp pad because I like to save these for new stampers that join me. So that's a great, just a little addition. Okay, and put this aside so I don't stamp anything I'm not supposed to. Okay, and then I need to, life is a journey. Never fails. I always get ink on my fingers. How about you? And I don't know what was in me, but I rarely ever cut my nails. I usually just use a emery board or something to file them down. But for some reason, they were really long and I was impatient and I cut them. And I don't think I've ever had my nails this short ever in my life, or at least not for a very, very long time. And so you're going to see me struggling and have to use my pick a tool to do anything today. So, okay. So the next thing that we're going to do, let me just go ahead and I'm going to close this up and just make sure that it, I mean, this card is beautiful all the way around. And I just love that entire scene. So this is definitely a wow factor card. Okay, so this sentiment goes up here. And before we do that, there's about 11 inches of the twine that I'm going to need. Linen thread. And what I need to do is put down a glue dot right here. And then what I do is rather than tie a bow, they want to make it easy for all of us. And so you just and there you go. Okay, so I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. Let's make sure I put them in the right spot. And I'm just putting 3 because I don't want it to go over into the sky. And I'm going to put this wonky. I'm not going to put it straight because I think it adds a little bit. And then I'm going to put this sailboat out here. Looks like there's a little bit that needs to come out. There we go. There we go. Our first card. And there's the really beautiful envelope that goes with it. Isn't that great? I love these. Okay. All right. Now let's put together a mountain. Okay, so we go rose, and I'm going to braise this so it sits a little flatter. And then this one gets the stars and the moon. So I don't know about you, but when you're in a really remote area, it's amazing how many stars you can see that we don't realize is part of the sky, because most of us, at least I, have been living in cities. So, and even where I live now, I'm really close to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And so I should have done that the other way because it looks like they're heavier. That's okay. And then I've got a little tiny moon here. So it's hard for us to see too many stars. All right, then we have a sentiment that goes on one of these. And as you can see, even though we only have 9 cards, we actually have 12 labels. So if you make an oops, no problem. Just clean it up. Okay. All right, so the next one I need is happiness is the best destination. Oops, pulled it right out. These suckers are so very sticky, that photopolymer. Okay, and clean this off. And I probably could have moved things down just a wee bit so that the moon showed when it was closed. Okay, so this one goes up here, and I'm just supposed to use a little tiny bit. So I don't even think I need 6 inches, but I'll go ahead and cut it. Just make a little bow. And here, I think I'm going to go ahead and tie it because it's just so little. Oops. It's harder than I thought without my fingernails. So one other trick when you're working with something really tiny is just take your string and loop it up and tie those together. Then you pull the string where you want it to get the size of the bow you wanted. Now I still need a blue dot, so I'll put that right here. And then I'm just going to trim a little bit. And then I'm supposed to use these little mini glue dots. I think where they want me to put a glue dot isn't quite big enough, so I'm going to cut one in half. There we go. And this is supposed to have just 3 again. And then again, I'm just going to put it wonky instead of straight on. I like that look a little bit better. And then this one has these great mountain envelopes, so really great. I love the edging too, how it just kind of fades into the edge. It's really pretty. Okay. All right, so now the last one. Okay, so this one gets the birds in the background. And I'm just going to use the back side of this one. And I'm going to close this before I ink it up, because I want to make sure that I have it where I can see it. Perfect. Let me go ahead and just braze this. So you don't have to have a bone folder. If you've got strong fingernails, you can do it with your fingers, but I think the bone folders work the best, so it's just a good addition to your tools. Okay, now we have this label, and the adventure is just beginning. Okay. And I'm going to snap this over towards the right, because a portion of it gets tucked under the car. So I don't know if you noticed, but this label looks like a ticket. This one doesn't have anything significant, and then this one looks like a luggage tag. So it goes along with the little car and the luggage on top. Okay. All right, and then this one gets just another 6 inches. It gets threaded through and a knot tied at the end. Doesn't have to be at the very end, since this is just gonna be here on your again, I'm going to make this wonky because I just feel like these cards kind of lend themselves to that. I'm just going to bring it down here as far as I can towards the bottom. And then can't put too many of these dimensionals. I'll keep them all down here at the bottom. Though one of them, nope, that works. Right there. And have my car, it's not driving off the edge, so very cool. And this one gets this envelope. So just great combinations, great cards. Okay, so let's put these away, put them aside. And okay, so now I'm going to, and they gave the kit sentiments in print. So I only need the English one. Looks like they have it available in French and German. So you can see all of this easier. So when you're flipping through your stamp sets or your kits, you can see what the sentiments are going to look like. If you want to put them in a plastic bag, or if you want to put them in a stamp box. Okay, so I am actually making 3 different pages, and I have stuck so many things on this ink. I'm going to close it up and put it aside. Okay, so because this is such a nice long piece of cardstock, it actually makes a great way to utilize all these sides. And I just need to cut off, let's see, it looks like it's a little over 12 inches. So I need my cutter. And I need to measure. And the nice thing about this cutter, it has the ability to be folded out, and you can get up to 17 inches. So I just need to make sure that this is 12 inches, and I don't want to cut anything off of this end because of the arch. So we'll just put that at 12 inches. And I'm just going to cut this a little bit off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on to the bottom, and then I have some photos that I want to put in. So I'm not sure if I want to add a little bit. So I was thinking about cutting the envelope. The only problem is I don't have, if I cut it and I put it in like that, it doesn't have the same horizon line. So I may just leave this open for journaling. So I think that's, for this one, that's what I need to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the tearing tape along the bottom. And then along the sides. And I'm just using basic white 12 by 12 for the base, because I felt like there was so much going on. And then I layered these cards with Highland Heather. I know that I'm using Gorgeous Grape because that was what was in the kit. But when I was looking at the cards cards themselves, I felt like the Gorgeous Scrape was just a little too dark for coordination. Okay. All right, now the reason I didn't do the top is because I have these cute little cute little photos of my granddaughter being silly. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to use this Keeping Tabs. This is one of the new sets that Stampin' Up! Has. And it's got this great punch that it goes with. And so what I did is I took some of the inserts from here and I stamped it on here. And I'm going to show you how they work. All right, there's one. Okay, so what you do is you just fold them over and then you can add them. So I'm not gonna use this side. This is for putting like a sentiment or writing something down. And I'm just gonna put it like so. So what I need to do is add a little tearing tape to both sides. Okay, so I'm going to put it about right there. Make sure the other side lines up. And then I've got my little cutie behind this side. Didn't even think of that until just now. It's not wanting to go in as close over as I want it to. It helps when you have nails, I have to tell you. I miss them every single day. It's really tough. You just don't realize how much they make a difference. There we go. That's going to have to be good enough for now. And then I have this one that I'll add some little, put this up where you can see it actually, because I think I was working off screen again. Okay, so here's another one. And then I can just tuck it in here because I have these great shots that I want above it. All right, so let's put the sailboat out here. And I'm going to stamp some birds in the sky. Mask a little bit so it doesn't look exactly the same. So that you don't have exactly the same in both of those places. Okay, so that works. And then I just need to add these. So I can do that in my own time, but I just wanted to show you that this makes such a fun scrapbook layout because you've got all this really cool stuff happening. So, okay, so that's one of them. I'm not going to put this together, but here's another one. But for this one, I am going to use the mountains that are behind, and it still gives me a place to journal. And so I am going to use the envelope for that. And then I have these two great sunset photos that I'm going to put up above. And I'm just covering up a tree is all I'm covering up. So this will be one of my scrapbook pages. And then the last one, this is all one vacation. We went to Door County. And one of the amazing things is I made my husband stop because I was noticing that this road just curves and curves and curves and curves, but you can see all the curves. It's like they were trying to miss really big trees or something. I'm not really sure. There is a blurb about him that I found in a magazine, and it's more commonly reason it's for the 15 curves that wind through the woods, and it was the design of the road, and it was influenced by a landscape architect, Jen Jensen. Jensen founded the Clearing Folk School in Ellison Bay. So he did this on purpose, and I think it just makes such a great picture. And so I have both of these, and of course this scrapbook page is all about this windy road. So I thought it was, even though it's not tropical, you know, we were in Door County, Wisconsin, which means lots of trees. It still makes for a great photo for this. So this was a great vacation. You know, we had the kids with us, and you can see from these pictures that it's just a beautiful destination. So, all right, so that's all I have for you today. And like I said, I'll put this together later and show everybody. But the kits, I think, are just phenomenal, even though these are all three different looks. And of course, I used Highland Heather for this one. I used the Garden Green cardstock to frame my photos for this one. And I used the Misty Moonlight for this one. So I'll be stamping, you know, stars and the moon out here in this area. And I'll add some of the clouds in this one, but I think I'll do it in a different ink. But I think this will just still make a great spread in my scrapbook. All right. Well, have a wonderful weekend. Great Friday, and I'll talk to you soon.